He's one of the dopest engineers in the game. The head engineer exclusively for Prodigy of Mobb Deep. 10 Prodigy of Mobb Deep albums. The Hegelian Dialectic. The Book of Revelation.
It's a pleasure, man. That body of work is crazy. I mean,
Joe the engineer. Now we do this shit, nigga.
333. That's a sign from the heavens. Just look up in the heavens.
What the fuck is up, everybody? Yeah, yo. I'm up to something. Sorry for the delay, but I am currently up to something. And sometimes some things take precedence even over top of 333 TV. And there are codes when I speak, if you know what I mean. So, I am back. I am me. You are you. We are the 333. And this is Beat Boutique. So, you know the drill. Send whatever you've been working on. I want to hear it. What are you working on? 4-piece. What up? Rick Rolled, you definitely were first. Billy Lies, what up, Obi? So, what's up, y'all? I've been up to something. Been up to a couple things. Couple things going on right now. There's a couple things going on right now. So, the first question I have for everybody is, what we smoking on tonight? I finally got a new drop from our sponsor, Cushwick Farms. And I am now smoking on banana cookies, and it is fire. And then the other question I have, I always put in poll for them. What are we smoking tonight? Is it blunts? Joints? Wax? Oil? Hey, let me know what we're smoking on. Kal-El, what up? So, yeah, man. Beat Boutique, send me some shit. You know the drill. Hit that little weird button so we can beat YouTube's algorithm, because it has been working. Every time we do Mobb Deep Monday, there are multiple new people popping in, which is dope. There's only one way to beat this system, and I think we have figured Red Hot Cookies. I've never even heard of that shit. I'm smoking on banana cookies, so yeah, whatever. So, yeah, let's see what y'all been working on. I see something from Billy Lines. Billy Lines, it says the file that you have sent me does not exist anymore. get to that. Big Bud Wolf, I'm going to email you in a second, homie. Because July's beat battle's on, so fuck June beat battle. Let's jump on July. Chronic. Where you at, Chronic? I don't wanna go over your beats until you're in the room. So yeah, send whatever you've been working on to 333beatboutique at Gmail, and we will see if we can make your music better together. I'm high as shit, y'all. This has been confirmed. Yeah, Billy, whenever I click on the link, it says the file you have requested does not exist. So, you'll get it. Whatever. Oh yeah, we usually start this with whatever I've been working on. So I have been putting in a lot of work on this song. A lot. So while y'all get prepared, let's do this how we usually do. I have managed to somehow get this song cut down from, I think it was almost 5 minutes long, to now. Listen, I did not do this on purpose, and Billy Lyons knows this because I DM'd him whenever I did this. If you look up at the length of this song, it is 333.333 long. I promise you, I did not do that intentionally because it's really fucking, look, there's no fade on this session. It is the loop, the main key loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times literally equaled 333.333, which is a sign from the heavens. So I believe I'm on the right track on this one. But yeah, this is what I've been working on. So send me what you've been working on. Anyway, that's what I've been working on that I can play you. Other things that I've been working on, I cannot legally play you at these moments. So, let's see. Yeah, my bad for being late on the trigger tonight. I know we are usually very punctual and do things at a very strict time schedule, but I'm up to some things. So, let's see. Alright, so if we don't have anything going on, and kind of usually by this time I would be doing this anyway, so I think you guys know what time it is. So the real question is, what song are we going to do tonight? Joshua, thanks, Hobie. Got a lot of work left to do. A lot. The amount of automation writing that I'm going to have to do, considering there were like 41 tracks on that beat, is stupid. But I got myself into that situation, so I must handle it. So, yeah. This will be a small, intimate audience tonight. So, what song are we doing? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 songs off Hegelian. We've done, or 8 left. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've done 7 so far. So we're basically kind of halfway done. And no, we can't do snakes yet. So don't ask. Oh no, Joshua, this is a different section. We aren't playing anything. We're about to break down the science behind each, well, one of these songs. So, trying to think of what song I want to do tonight. Maybe I should ask myself that question. Alright. Roberto, I know what you're here for. So, I know what song I'm doing something. I'm not listening to nobody else's music tonight. We'll get to it next week for a piece. About to jump right into Behind the Mix. And tonight, since I basically did not do Beat Boutique, although I'm not real sure how many songs I would have had to have reviewed tonight, so tonight I will do one that's going to take some time. Now, I suppose I should tell you to roll the fuck up, because we're about to get into one. So, yeah, for the very few that are here for this one, this is going to be fun. So yeah, let me minimize this so we can see a little bit more of what we got going on. We don't need any of this shit. We don't need any of that. So tonight, shout out to Beat Butcher, by the way. We are going to do Broken Rappers. Now, Zoltan won last month. I thought I announced that. He just didn't, at least I told him. He didn't pop into the stream, so maybe I didn't announce it on the stream. But yeah, Zoltan won. Congratulations to the homie. And yeah, we are already well into July's beat battle. And if you guys would like to participate, you know the drill, hit me up. We will make it happen if I'm not too high. And yeah, this is one of my favorite loot packs, to be honest with you, so it's going to be a good one. So anyway, tonight we are going to be doing Broken Rappers. Now, so me and P battled over this record. The battle was more where this song was going to be placed in the album. Now, the original first draft of the Book of Revelation, this song was more towards the end. And then P actually had it first. He was like, yo, the whole album, we kind of have a slower pace, and I don't want people to get bored, so we kind of got to set it off a little bit quicker. And I was like, no. He's like, what do you mean no? Well, I can't put this first. Like, I see your justification for wanting this song to be first, but after the intro, this can't come after the intro. And then after that be, you know, things kind of slow down a little bit before it speeds back up when Tyranny hits. So that was the real battle. We went on. You know, Pete was very stubborn, and I am extremely stubborn. So this battle of wills went on for a while, and then eventually I had to play it for him, like with all the skits in it and everything, and explain to him that at the end of the intro, the lady says, "They have come before and they will come again." And the very first thing that happens sonically in Mystic is they say, "Thank you, Jesus, who has come before and who will come again." I was like, dude, it wrote itself. And he was like, okay, you're right. We're going to have to put it second. So that's how Broken Rappers ended up second on the album. I guess we both kind of won, because I'm telling you, in the original draft, it was way in the back. I think it was like 12th or something. So anyway, Broken Rappers. You know how this goes. This is what we ended up with.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. She said she don't like that old shit. She wanna hear some new.
Hold up. Radio version. I hate it when I do that. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. She said she don't like that old shit. She wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish. She long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense. She wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her. You gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music. She love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping dropping fast new shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. Yeah. Lil' homie said, music ain't the same. He said it's not the business, the artists are to blame. He only listen to Eazy-E and Too Short, cause these new fools too flashy, too much flaws, too much conceit, not enough consistency, too much beefing instead of making hits. They all take their fans for granted, they unappreciative of their God-given talent. He said he liked the rappers better when they broke, cause when they get that money they lose touch with the folks. Back up in the hood that made them famous from the Getty up. Forgot about the Getty, yo, that's why you keep getting stuck. That's why the first joint is always sold out and now they can't give away albums. He only 14 but little shorty know his shit, he do his homework. I value your point of view, kid.
Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by the rulers as useful.
So, this is actually kind of one of my favorite parts of doing this right now. Is we're going to listen to what it sounded like when we started. And then I'm going to show you how I got it to where we ended. This one might, I don't know if it's going to necessarily blow your fucking minds. But, Arthur, what up? I will tell you. You can see it. There's a lot of tracks. A lot going on in this beat. This one took a while. There was a lot of battling going on with this one. But you know me, I'm down for the fight.
Yeah. 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 She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. Yeah. Lil' homie said, music ain't the same. He said it's not the business, the artists are to blame. He only listen to Eazy-E and Too Short, cause these new fools.
Wow. Yeah, quite a departure. Quite a departure, especially when you hear the 2-track that we started with, knowing that you've only heard the mixed and mastered version. The beat itself is quite different. Yeah, that's nuts. So, that's where we started at. You know where we finished. So, how do I want to do this one tonight? No, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this one like I actually did it.
Smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she.
Alright, so clearly the piano is the most important part, like without a doubt. As far as like the chords to me anyway always are. So there's multiple piano layers on this one, so it took a lot of weaving together to get this to work. Now typically when you get the stems from a producer, the stems should come at 0 on your mixing board and be as it left theirs. And if that were the case, then you could see how drastically I ended up having to alter things to get them to be able to fit, to put P's vocals into it. So that's the biggest point. When a producer mixes his beat, typically they're just going to mix it to make it sound big and full and like hit really hard and things like that and be effective and catch people's attention. When you go and put an artist onto it, now you have to be able to mix that instrument into this and also make that the main focal point. So you're changing what the focal point is by adding an artist into it. There's an awful lot of focal point changing in this one. So I started early with the pianos, and I'm going to try to, if I can remember how I did this one step by step, do it that way. Some of the stems were a little bit distorted, like the 2-track was, so I knew that I was going to have to do a lot of shaving on this one to like dial things back so that you didn't cross the threshold. Now, since there was a lot of tracks, it's hilarious that I'm doing it like this. I ended up using the isotope alloy on a lot of the instruments because of the multi-function capability of it, so that I could use this for an EQ, the compressor, and then also whatever else I wanted to use it for. Reverb. Oh, hold on. Reverb's not on. I knew it. I always forget that. Plus 11 and 12 tonight is tape delay. And that means 15 and 16 is going to be the room bus. Forgot to turn that one on. All right. And then that one needs to get turned on. All right, good to go. All right, time to weave some shit together. So the main piano chord part is the middle part of the piano. It sounds like the midsection. So pan-wise, stuck it at 60 and 50. I want it to be a little bit left heavy because it is more left on the keyboard. Because the next part is the bottom end. Push that one to the left. Time to beef up that bottom end a little bit. Since it's the bottom end, you're not going to want as much reverb as the mid or the top end, and I can already tell. Negative 35 is a lot. I mean, it's not a whole lot, especially for piano. The bottom end, if we're mixing perspective wise, and we're always mixing, at least I do, performance perspective. So if you're looking at the keyboard, the bottom end is going to be on the left side. So if there's a top end of this, which there is to this, there's 3 piano layers, which took a lot of balancing to make all of them heard, because 2 sounds normal, you have a left and a right hand, but having a third piano melody added in is kind of weird. It's like a second. There has to be a second piano player if you're going to perform that, but it still would be perspective mixing. So let's add in the top layer, and of course I'm going to shift it all the way to the right. I started with the pianos because I wanted to. He used a real piano to do this, so I wanted to sound like it was somebody playing a piano. So even mixing wise, I wanted to approach it the same way. So when it's soloed like this, I want to sound like somebody was really playing the piano. So piano's the only instrument I've ever played. I'm not very good at it, but I do make beats, so I guess I make it work. But you get used to the left end, the feel of it, how you feel it more than you hear it, the bottom end, and then how the mid section feels and how the upper end is heard and how it is felt, because it's a different part of your ear that's going to feel that spectrum. So once you got to try to recreate that. Now, it was already recorded on a real piano, so that's, you're not really trying to recreate anything. You just want to make sure that what you're doing mixing wise doesn't fuck it up. So plus, when all 3 of them hit at the same time, I wanted to make sure that you could hear all of them. Now, I know in building this, I just checked the bass in with the keys. It's not overwhelming, but now it's time. I went back and started adding the drums. I just left the keys in the entire time and built around them. This was very early on in the process because I'm looking at some of the plug-in choices that I had on this mix, and using the MV2 on a kick is hilarious. So the EQ on the top end really cut the snap off of that kick. All the parts of that kick I didn't like, easily solved with the EQ. And then, you know, the mortal sin of adding reverb on the kick, whatever. So this kick had 2 layers to it. So the balance to me on this one is once the kicks were layered into each other, that low end on that piano, when the kicks and the low end hit at the same time, for the kick to be much more present, but for you still kind of feel the low end of that piano. You can it's still there. So what you have the benefit of, if you think production-wise on this, is that kick is very percussive. It's percussion. It's going to be quick. Boom. There's not a whole lot of tail off of it. The only tail that exists on that kick is the tail that I've created or added, and the reverb that you're not supposed to add. So the low end of the piano, even if you don't hit a sustain pedal, is still going to be sustained longer than a kick hit. So you have the advantage of allowing the sustain part of those bass notes to be felt behind that kick, because that's where they exist. The kick has already gone and left by the time you actually feel the low end of the low end on these keys. And I'm telling you, these are like the little tiny neurotic things that I thought about while I was doing all this, literally in a room by myself. So the whole reason to even bring that up is what that does is that allows you to sneak that bottom end of those keys in and still have them be felt and heard and have them be effective. Because whatever that kick hits, it's burying it. That kick is way more present. And in order to not have to push up the low end of that key enough so that you can hear it when the kick is hitting, you end up utilizing the tail of those key notes. And this is cheating, because now we don't have to turn those keys up. They can still be felt. We're just utilizing a whole different part of them in order to allow them to have their space to exist. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to re-mute all of the effects on these kicks, and you'll hear how abrasive it was before we controlled it. It's not, nah, that's too much. Snare time. You see with these Beat Butcher stems that it's not so much about like rebalancing or mixing so much. Whatever system he's working out of or whatever workstation, they come out hot as compared to what Pro Tools levels are at, right? So it more became, especially with this one, became an exercise in just polishing off and not so much balancing, but like dialing things back a bit. because when you push something hard enough in one system, you might not hear it in that system. You might not hear like the digital artifacts or the distortion or anything. But when you get into like a high definition system or one, something that you might be able to hear in an upper end mixing system, whenever those digital artifacts and distortion that might not have been audible in that other system, you can now hear them. So it becomes an exercise in just removing all of those artifacts and the distortion that's been created in the cross-platform transfer. Because it's not like the people at Avid called up the people from Ableton and was just like, yo, so we should work together so when then people use both of our platforms that it sounds good across both of them and consistent. They would never do that shit. They want you to only use theirs. So anytime you're jumping from platform to platform, essentially, it's going to be, if you dig deep enough, you're going to find some issues. It's usually not a lot, but there will be some issues. So if you know that there's going to be issues, it's your job to take them out. It's crazy that I felt I needed so much compression on that I actually used a limiter instead. Reverb. So now, since on this particular song, I usually will put the hats at 40. That's like usually like almost a guarantee for me. But in this particular song, since there's so many piano layers, and I put the upper end of the piano on one side, the lower end on one side, and the middle on one, I put the mid of the pianos at 60 and 60. So what I wanted to do with the hi-hats, instead of putting them at 40 and 40, which I'd normally do, that would tuck them too tight inside of the piano and kind of make it sound like they're in the middle and not actually separated into a left and right picture. So to remedy that issue on this one, I actually put that at 79 and 78. I don't know why they aren't. Maybe I didn't want I want to avoid any phantom image creation by having them equal, which is usually the reason that I might not have them at the exact same thing. Because if you do put them, no matter, that phantom center image is created no matter what the math is. 100 and 100, 40 and 40, 20 and 20, it doesn't matter. The more extreme, the more centered it is, and still feeling like it's coming out of left and right. The more centered that you put it, it will obviously seem more like it's coming out of the middle. So a way to combat the creation of the phantom center image is to just offset one of them, so there's no digital phasing or phasing that you create inadvertently. So that's the reason that I put it's a long way to explain that one. The reason I put the hats at 78 and 79 instead of 40, which I typically would do. There is a method to my madness. I was using a lot of this Kramer Pi compressor early on drums at least. I'm trying to remember why I chose that. I don't remember. So I can tell that I did this. I know you guys can hear it. So listen to what I add the overhead. I put it at 100 and 100, so we're creating the phantom center because after all, the overhead and the frequency range is really high up in the spectrum. So it's not going to get buried by anything else. It's really up in the mix. You're not going to have to worry about it getting stomped on by anything. But to kind of throw it off to the side a bit, what I did is I took the reverb sends on this and I put both of them all the way to the right. So you can see it on the send itself. Both are panned all the way to the right. So this is without the reverb send. So did I put the delay over there too? Oh, I did. I slammed the delay almost all the way to the right also. So now I add the reverb and you'll hear all the processing on just that open hat is all on the right side. So instead of putting it on both of them, I decided to put the processing on this one all the way to the right. And I'm guessing that the ride cymbal is probably all the way to the left. And if it's not that one, I thought I would have done it with this one. I didn't. So, but I guess my theory would have been that there's an open space over here, and that's one place where I can put the delay and the reverb on that hi-hat so that you can hear it is on the right side. I wonder if you guys could hear that while all this is being played. Because I can hear it. But I also did it, so it makes sense to me. But I can hear it. So let's add the ride cymbal. Parked it at 60 and 60. And then, funny that I put the cowbell at 40 and not the hi-hat. That's why. Because that's not really a cowbell. I wonder why I called it that. That's probably what he called it. But yeah, that's more like a clap. Now I know what I did. So I put that clap sound and the rib shot on the same track in order to save processing space and not have unnecessary plugins, because essentially they weren't that too far off from each other. So sometimes you can cheat a little bit and save some DSP space by taking a couple things that are kind of similar and won't step on each other production wise, and then just put them both on the same track. Go cut each one of them out and then move them up to the other track, and then you can kind of consolidate it. And it's really if you have limited processing power left or at all, or if you just kind of want to be lazy. So now the fun part comes. Trying to add in all the other stuff. Now, I can guess that I probably added each one in one by one, and then added the vocals, and then muted everything, and then worked on the vocals, and then went in and added everything around the bed that was created. So essentially with this one, so there's 3 different piano layers. Pianos are basically going to just fill out the entire center of this beat, or this song. I'm going to take up the entire central spectrum, from the low end all the way up to the high end in the mix. So in the middle, kind of want to like just not really scoop anything out, but just kind of create this like nest a little bit, and that's where the vocals are going to sit. And then underneath of that is going to be the kick and the bass, and then over top of those vocals will be the snare, and then you kind of just start adding things around them to fill it in and create your third and fourth dimension. But it was kind of a little bit of a hiccup on this one, because not only was there the bass, there's also a sub and a bass. So now became the dance of trying to balance these two together with a kick also. And knowing that there's a low end on the piano that you want to make sure is present enough to be heard without you have to push it so hard in the mix. The reverb on the sub. Ha. The next layer. Since there's 2 and one of them is literally a sub, I just left that as the foundation, the subfloor in which to build the next layer on top of. Apparently there's another piano chord in there that I should add in. Alright, so time to start trying to fill it in. There's a lot to fill in. It may only look like 6 tracks of one of those dogs. Caesar, you're disgusting. Ugh. Yeah. Alright, so they don't have it often in the beat. As you can see the guitar, the strings, the secondary strings, the background vocals don't really have it happen that often. The background vocals are kind of in there a lot, so it would be logical to add them in next. Guaranteed that I was going to use trash on something like those background vocals, because they allowed me to add a harmonic engine that I'm extremely comfortable using, but it also allowed me to filter it, compress it, and add a delay in, all within its one apparatus, and it's a pretty big difference. So the harmonics and the delay on this would allow me to kind of build more of a choir out of the choir. Adding delays and harmonics on top of those delays is now creating other layers of this choir that didn't actually exist before. Reverb. So that little like choir thing you hear right there at the turn, that's actually in the sub sample. Luke, what up, homie? So I had no ability to control that on my own. It was actually in the sample we used for that sub note. Alright, we'll work from here now so that we can add in the other instrumentation before we work on P's vocals. So, B Butcher plays all the instruments himself, or he has his friends help him, but he doesn't really sample too often. So again, use the isotope trash on the guitar because of all the options within this one apparatus. The filter, the delicate harmonics section of the trash is easily one of my favorite plugins of all time as a harmonics engine. I don't have any of the Convolve files left, but it will still do it. But I can't show it to you because the files themselves aren't there. It's just a blank screen. I don't know what happened. And then, of course, compression. And then the delay that you're able to do that only affects just this. So the processing that's happened on this apparatus, this plugin itself, are only going to happen to what's happening in this plugin. So that delay is able to be controlled within trash because you can have that delay only affect what the other aspects of trash have actually done. So it's not actually going to affect the entire thing. So it allows you to add a delay onto those harmonic layers that you've added without adding a delay on the entire thing. And allows you to build layers that way. This trash engine is fucking incredible once you really dig into it and see what all the things, what it's actually capable of. If I turn off the trash, it's not even about the dynamic level of it, about how low it is. The image that the trash engine creates is so much wider and so much more complex. There's so many layers to it. Alright, there's 2 layers on the strings. I'm guessing that strings 2, since they are tucked all the way in at 20 and 11, is the low end. So on the main strings, I guess I didn't do anything. I didn't add anything onto the trash. I probably just used it to go through it. That's hilarious. It's funny to see all this stuff because I don't remember every single step until sometimes I look at it. So this second effects is pretty prominent throughout the entire thing. So with something like that, where it's kind of high pitched, and it's just kind of a lot of noise. It's really just a filler, a spectrum filler. I'm going to use it as a spectrum filler, so you're not actually going to hear a whole lot of that at all. But what it allows me to do is allows me to fill in some gaps on the mix a little bit without having to create it. So I basically used the Sound Effects 2 as a gap filler inside of the mix itself. And all of this work done within the plugin itself is all done just in shaping, especially this one, and shaping it so it fits into that little pocket that's missing something. A lot going on, but the magic is that you can hear everything. If you sit for a second and listen, you can pick out everything individually. But it also is all part of the whole, and that's the goal of me as a mixing engineer. It all is that. Can you hear everything? But do you still have to have people kind of like pick it out and be like, oh wow, did you hear that there? So with like repeated listening, especially if there's a lot of tracks, you kind of want to like pick these hidden little spots to allow things to pop out, so that like the third, fourth, fifth, 50th time that somebody listens to it, or if they hear it on a better set of headphones or a better system or whatever, they might hear something that they've never heard before. And it's just like, now you've also made it new all over again. It's a new listening experience around that new aspect. So if there's a lot of tracks, you kind of want to think ahead and try to see if you can do that. If you can hide some things to where it would take a lot of listens to where you, or on a really, really dope system for you to hear it at all. So that last little audio nugget is left for someone to find when they thought that there was nothing left to discover. And once again, it makes it new all over again. So that is how we go from this to this. So, now it's time to add the most important part, which is Pete vocals, because now we have something nice and balanced to work with. And we've also created the pocket necessary to add in Pete's vocals. So, there's low end on the piano, there's a sub, there's also a bass and a kick, and now we're adding Pete's vocals, which have a notoriously thick bottom half of the frequency spectrum involved in it. So you always have to take that into factor, and you don't want to have to cut too much of the presence of Pete's vocals off, because then you're kind of losing what makes it distinct and unique sonically. So there's a lot of low-end things happening on this production-wise already, so putting Pete's vocals into this one is also not going to be that easy. But nobody ever said it was easy.
These lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that will be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex.
I was really big into the exciter aspect of this Alloy 2 early on in the Revelation mixes.
She says she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that will be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex.
It's funny now because I only use this Alloy 2 for the de-esser and not for anything else. I might use the exciter every once in a while. There's other there's other exciters that I use now, and then every once in a blue moon I will use the transient shaper on this, but it's unnecessary on this track, obviously.
She says she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that will be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex.
Always use the vintage Oro exciter on vocals.
She says she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that will be refreshing for her brain.
So on the vocal bus is where I spent most of the addition onto the harmonics engine instead of individually. So now I'll individually stack them and also have one coming from the vocal bus ascend. But this was early on in the process of trying to figure out how I was actually going to do these records.
She says she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear.
But even then, -20 on the fader, the send itself, doesn't even make the needle move.
She says she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that will be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her.
It's real easy to think that nothing's happening because you don't see the needle moving. But remember, this is music and you have to listen. Those are just visuals to kind of help you along. Especially if you're going to go with the concept of sometimes you just want to add a plug-in into the chain because you like the sound of that unit. You don't necessarily want it to do anything. But you just want to add the sound of that unit. Now that was something that Michael would do just a little bit, but this one was a little bit harsher. Pete's vocals were, because of the beat, the way it was done, Pete kind of screamed a little bit more to kind of get it over the vocal, over the beat. And, you know, I would just peel off the little bit extra on the back end on my own instead of trying to get him to record it differently.
She says she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new.
Anyway, the barely moving the needle and getting the plug-in or the piece of gear into the chain, that's a Michael Brower tactic, because sometimes you just want it to sound, you don't want it to actually do anything, because when it starts doing things it changes it too much and you don't want it to change. You just kind of want to add that into the spectrum so that you can create the third and fourth dimension. I know I always say that, but the third and fourth dimension don't exist in music until you, as a mixing engineer or producer, create it.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense.
And Roberto, you're right, because look, once I went to the vocal bus and added in the trash 2 component, instead of just using the delicate harmonics aspect as I always use, I also filtered the shit out of this one.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense.
This was really just filtering out the bottom end, so the reason that I use this trash filter instead of an EQ, this filter is much, much, much more delicate in what it scoops out. To where if I would have scooped this much out on any EQ, it would have affected it way too much. So in order to finally scoop out just enough of the bottom end of this on his vocals that I wanted, is necessary to use a filter instead of an EQ.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile.
So you can hear like the top end and the middle end aren't really affected at all by bypassing it and unbypassing it. And it's not really the full bottom end, but that little harshness that exists is what this filter was utilized to get rid of.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right.
Alright, so adding in the doubles, as always, is just a matter of making that double sound like it's part of the lead.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some
Too
new
much.
shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special, she a fan.
Alright, so we're going to reverse engineer this one because I want you to hear 111, what up? So now that you hear P's vocals, you can hear how everything is happening behind and around him now. And that's where you hear all of the production at. His vocals are now out in the front and everything has been created around. So all those trash harmonic engines and all those delays and all that, that's where all of that was created. It didn't exist within the production, but I'm not the producer. I'm a mixing engineer and an executive producer, so my job is to finish it up while not changing it. So we're about to reverse engineer this one so you can really see it. I'm gonna go one by one.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing.
So that sound effects too that you couldn't really hear, you could only kind of, it just filled in a gap. Well, here it is by itself.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to.
See, when there's a lot of sounds in a beat, I will go and do this, what I'm doing now. I'll solo the vocals and then go solo each one with it and kind of play with them and make sure that you can hear them by themselves and that they are in the proper space. And then, you know, kind of add another one in to make sure they're all balanced. It's a very slow, process of checking things one by one to make sure that it is correct once you think you've got it. So I think that's what is going to separate. Of course those acapellas are not available. That's what's going to separate the mixing levels. If you feel like you haven't taken the next leap forward in your mixing, it's not in the mixing process itself. It's in the process of checking it to make sure everything is right. That's when you're going to be able to really minutely carve and polish things to make sure that it's right. Because once you think you've got it mixed and balanced, then the real work actually begins, because then you're performing surgery. So it's that surgery that you need to perform in order to take the next step forward.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things.
At no point whenever you go and solo anything with the vocals should anything stick out too far or be buried too much once you add another thing. This is where the balancing act comes in, especially when there's a lot of things. So if you only have like one or two sounds and, you know, a kick, snare, hi-hat, and then some vocals, this part doesn't happen. If you have a lot of fucking tracks, this part has to happen. So most of the time spent on this is going to be going back and forth like I am now, checking and making sure that nothing interferes with the vocals, but that everything is heard. That's the key, because I've said it 7 weeks now. This is week 8. The only thing P said is make sure every word is heard. Other than that, you do you. I want you to create. But just make sure every single word is heard. That's all he said. And then I was off and running.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence.
So at this point, yeah, see, now you see that now you can hear the balance in between them. That the master himself, Beat Butcher, was able to create in weaving those things together, but also the mixing that is required in order to balance those three low-end pieces together to make sure that you don't fuck it up. So now it's like, all right, we got a lot of live instrumentation on this, and we got a good pocket for Peace vocals to sit in. Everything kind of sits on its own where it's supposed to. So let's make it sound like a live band at this point.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level.
You know, before that,
engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but
make sure that is tucked all the way behind the vocals and only felt because it was huge.
she said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain.
Make sure all the instruments hit right.
All the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress.
It's dope to hear it without the
Too easy
drums.
for her. You gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take
let
her
them
to
all rock.
another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice.
Peace vocals are here. You can hear every word. They're nice and round, it's not harsh. Everything happens around it. We've created the third and fourth dimension. Everything just wraps around Peace vocals, and then everything is heard, but everything is part of a whole. It's kind of like being an orchestra conductor. Whenever you take out all of the drums, and this is only what you're working with. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 tracks, which is essentially 26 tracks because they're all stereo. So we've got a lot of shit to work with to go around Peace vocals before we even get to any percussion. And this is rap music, so the percussion is very fucking important.
She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she
Right
missed
behind
me
the
while I was
vocals.
gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but
at no point just anything ever overshadowed the vocals, which was the key point, because P said I got something to say on this one. So I'm about to give you guys a gift for fucking with me. At one point, P was trying to figure out what to do with those gaps. Like, do we want to put a skit in there? There's a lot of fucking skits on this album. Do we want to put a skit in there? Is this... It's not a full 8 bars, so do you have to put anything in there?
if you can hear my voice. Yeah. Little homie said, music ain't the same.
So, thank you, because I spent an awful lot of time making sure that the transitions from song to song made musical sense, so that nothing felt like it was actually the next song. It just felt it was like the next part of the story. So, here's my gift to you guys for fucking with me. I don't know if we were ever going to put this out as a remix or a different version on a vinyl or something. But P had a hook on this once, and then we just decided to leave it empty.
Girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. I be knowing how you feeling deep down in your heart. Yeah, I be knowing the The difference between trash and art, I be knowing. I gotta step my own game up, yeah, I be knowing. Yeah. Lil' homie said, music ain't the same. He said it's not the business, the artists are to blame.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool, but it didn't really add anything to the song, and then taking it out didn't really take away anything, so it was an easy decision between the two of us to not keep it in there.
You kid. See, I be knowing how you feeling deep down in your heart. Yeah, I be knowing the difference between trash and art. I be knowing I gotta step my own game up. Yeah, I be knowing.
Religion.
So, yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little hook, but it was unnecessary. And in the end, there's so much musically going on, not only just on this beat, but in the production on this album as a total, that leaving that gap there and then the gap before the skit at the end, it's nice. It's a little musical break, a little interlude almost. But yeah, this one was a lot of work, and you could hear it in this alone. We essentially went from there, and I'm gonna let these hooks play this time, to this.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. She said she don't like that old shit, she wanna hear some new shit. The game that these lanes be running so stupid, juvenile and foolish, she long for a change. Yeah, that would be refreshing for her brain. Her ears are deaf to all the nonsense, she wanna hear some progress. It's too easy for her, you gotta make it complex. Provoke her thoughts, take her to another level. Engage her intelligence, make her feel special. She a fan of rap music, she love the way I do it. She said she missed me while I was gone. These other dudes been dropping fast food shit, microwave songs. It's time for something different, something prepared with love. People say she too bougie, finicky, choosy, but she a Pisces, indecisive when she do things. She wanna make sure she make the right choice. Well, baby girl, you smart as hell if you can hear my voice. I be knowing how you feeling deep down in your heart. Yeah, I be knowing the difference between trash and art. I be knowing I gotta step my own game up. Yeah, I be knowing. Yeah. Lil' homie said, music ain't the same. He said it's not the business, the artists are to blame. He only listen to Eazy-E and Too Short, cause these new fools too flashy, too much flaws, too much conceit, not enough consistency, too much beefing instead of making hits. They all take their fans for granted, they unappreciative of their God-given talent. He said he liked the rappers better when they broke, cause when they get that money they lose touch with the folks. Back up in the hood that made him famous from the Getty up. Forgot about the Getty-O, that's why you keep getting stuck. That's why the first joint is always sold out, and now they can't give away albums. He only 14 but little shorty know his shit, he do his homework. I value your point of view, kid. See, I be knowing how you feeling deep down in your heart. Yeah, I be knowing the difference between trash and art. I be knowing I gotta step my own game up. Yeah, I be knowing.
Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false.
Yeah, P, we know. So, yeah, this is how I did this one. This is how we went from that to this. So, I appreciate you guys coming through. And, these behind the mixes are something I do for you guys and nobody else. So, I hope you pay attention. I don't know if YouTube will keep these up. Who knows? That's always a gamble. So, yeah, I apologize for not being available for our first half of Beat Boutique, but I was up to something, y'all. I'm still up to something. So, it's now Friday. It's midnight. I will see you Saturday night for RIP TV. Billy Lines, we will be in touch. You already know, homie. So, yeah, make sure you tune in next week for Beat Boutique. Guys, figure out which song you want to do next week. We've only got 6 left. I like to see that 26% of y'all are out there smoking these fools in these streets. So I appreciate it. Payback, what up, homie? Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out. I will see you Saturday night for RIP TV. Keep fighting the good fight. RIPP 333. Stay safe out there, y'all.
He's one of the dopest engineers in the game. The head engineer exclusively for Prodigy of Mobb Deep. 10 Prodigy of Mobb Deep albums. The Hegelian Dialectic. The Book of Revelation.
It's a pleasure, man. That body of work is crazy. I mean,
Joe the engineer. Now we do this shit, nigga.
333. That's a sign from the heavens. Just look up in the heavens. Joe in that next room sparking. That next room sparking. That's a sign from the heavens. Joe in that next room sparking. That next room sparking. In the heavens. 333. That's a sign from the heavens. Just look up in the heavens. Where the fucking weed at?
Dopest engineers in the game. One of the dopest engineers in the game.